Well, hello. What's going on? So we're gonna do another pumpkin beer this year. Same one I always do. Spiders have taken over my entire brewery though. I gotta clean up the area over here before we brew. But today we're using the following in the grain bill for those who are new to the channel or just happen to be just flying by and catch this video. We have 10 pounds of base 2 row here. We have a pound of some biscuit malt, a pound of victory malt, and we also have a pound of Crystal 60 and 2 pounds of pumpkin to go into the mash as well. But because of the pumpkin, we could have a stuck sparge, which we don't actually sparge in this, but it will still take a while for it to drain. So we're gonna try to help reduce how long we have to wait for that to happen with 1 pound of rice hulls. So anyways, like I said, I'm gonna clean this mess up and then we are going to get some grains mashed in. Alright, we are going to go ahead and mash in the grain and the pumpkin and the rice hulls and get this mash going. I'm going to go ahead and dump our grains in here. These shouldn't get too many dough balls in this grain bill because there's no sticky wheat character in it at all. Go ahead and move the bucket out of the way. Just gonna mash this real good before we add the pumpkin in and the rice hulls. Just rake the thick grain up real good. Smells good, man. Go ahead and add in our rice hulls. These will supposedly create some spaces in the grain bed to allow for the liquid to drain. We will see. We will see. I've done this many times before and I always have a little bit of fun with the basket draining on this beer. That sticky pumpkin adjunct. Alright, let's add the pumpkin in. Some fresh pumpkin. We got out of those pie pumpkins earlier. Basically what I did was I took 2 fresh pie pumpkins, cut them in half, scraped all the innards out of them, and then baked the pumpkins in the oven for about an hour at 350 degrees. Took the pumpkins out and let them cool a little bit, and then we have our pumpkin puree here. Usually I use canned pumpkin because pumpkin isn't typically, the pie pumpkins typically aren't available when I'm trying to make this beer, because they usually come out in early to mid-October. This year, pie pumpkins did indeed hit the store shelves earlier. So that's about 2 pounds of pumpkin. gonna mix in here real good. It'll give it a nice bit of a yellowish orange color to the beer, but the Crystal 60 malt is going to actually take over the color profile of this beer greatly anyways. So if there is some orange from the pumpkin, you won't see it much, but you should see a good dark color from that Crystal 60 grain. Alright, it's looking pretty well mixed up. Just making sure those rice hulls are mixed in there good. Time for a recirc for an hour here. Going for a target mash of 154. Right now, the Clawhammer system says I'm at 156.7, so I'm just going to turn the pump on and get this thing recircing before I turn the heat back on. Got a nice shower going on there on top. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, while the beer is mashing for an hour, I figured we'd go ahead and crack into a Dogfish Head pumpkin ale. Now, to be quite honest with you, this beer that I'm making is very similar to this beer right here in my hand. Yeah. So let's give it a swig, because it's been a hot minute since I've had a Dogfish Head pumpkin ale, but this beer did inspire me to go on and make my own. It's so good, guys. This man, before you even like really stop to analyze this beer, and you're like, the flavor, the spices are just right there before you even have a chance to even think. They punch you in the face. This is pretty good. I am noticing something different this year about this year's batch though. It does have like a kind of an irony taste in the water or something on the back end of the drink. Not sure what that is, but there's some pretty good bitterness going on in this beer for sure. Does it even say what kind of hops they used? Off-centered art series. Oh, it's an art series. Let's see where it says anything about the beer. Just brewed with pumpkin and spices, it says. This is a 7% ABV, and that's about what mine comes out to, is close to 7% or so when it's done, after I've added the brown sugar and everything else to this beer. So yeah, cheers. Oops. It's very good, very good. Gotta drink a pumpkin beer while I'm making pumpkin beer. So I'll get back to you when we're hitting boil. And happy early Halloween 2022. Time to drop in the hop spider. Let's go ahead and add in our first boil edition here of German Hallertauer hops. And that'll go for 55 minutes, and then we'll add the wonderful aromatic pumpkin pie spice and the last hop addition of 1 ounce of German Hallertauer. 1047 gravity on the pre-boil. That's pretty frightening. Not really. When I add the brown sugar, it's gonna bump that up. This beer will be about a 7% ABV, I believe. It should be close, like every year. 1047 is about where I am on the gravity reading every time I do this beer, which is good. I'm on track. So, get back to you at that 5-minute addition. All right, guys, our last 5-minute addition for our Hallertauer, and we're gonna add in that pumpkin pie spice. And I realized I didn't add in my brown sugar at the 60-minute boil, so I ended up adding it to 30. We'll see how it makes the beer turn out at the end of the day. I don't really anticipate it changing that much, honestly. So we're gonna do 1.5 of pumpkin pie spice. Boom. And rinse that off in the wort. All right, 5 more minutes and we are done. All right, guys. Got 5 minutes left in that boil. We added those hops and that pumpkin pie spice. Whole brewery smells incredible right now. Smells like the beginning of fall. This is all we got for now. Happy Halloween. And I'll get back to you when this beer's done. And we will talk about how it tastes, considering that I moved the time that I throw the brown sugar in to like a half hour later. So I don't think it's going to hurt anything. We're just going to add some ABV and a little bit of that molasses tone in there. So I'll see you guys here soon when we do the tasting. Cheers. Here's our lovely pumpkin ale. Fermented for a couple of weeks, and we put it in a keg and let it sit in the keg and force carb for a few days, and here we are. The head was pretty thick when I first poured it, but you can see it kind of settled down a little bit, so we got about a 1-finger head on there, which is what we want. Smells amazing. Smells absolutely amazing. Just pie spices and malt. So it's kind of a sweet pie spice malt character there. Let's go ahead and give her a swig, see how she turned out. Oh, she's so smooth. So smooth, and a nice pie spice punch in the face right when you drink it, and it stays in your mouth all the way to the end. Pie spice all the way. It tastes so good. Oh yeah. Sums up Halloween in this glass right here. Pumpkin and the glass. You know, a pretty cool little glass I got. I decided to drink it out of this glass just because it seemed festive. You know, all things considered. So cheers. Fantastic. I'll be bottling it and sending it to a couple of folks. You know who you are. Thank you for watching, everybody, as well. But there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I spent a little more time on this one than I typically do on others. Had a little fun with it. Happy Halloween to all of you. And safe trick-or-treating this year if you're taking your kids out, if you have kids, or if you're a kid yourself, big kid, and you think you can fool people into handing you candy. Probably in my neighborhood, they actually give out to the adults that are taking their kids around. Some of my neighbors give out wine and beer. Pretty cool. What I would actually do, and I've thought about it, is giving out pumpkin ale in glasses to people as they walk by, you know, adults, of course, because I think it's that good. I think it's really good. The carbonation's on point with it too. Nice smooth beer, man. So anyways, thank you guys for checking out this year's pumpkin ale brew session. I do have another beer I did, Blueberry Crunch, another Halloween beer that I'll be posting the video for soon as well. Got to get that one edited down as well. But it's been on tap, and I have to say I have some thoughts on it, and I'll share those in that video. But overall, it came out pretty okay. Cheers. Happy Halloween.